Connections. Emotional and psychological connections keep people from moving away. A big part of life is moving away from things. Sometimes it's moving away from friends, moving away from environments. But moving away could also just mean changing states, changing towns or city, and moving to a city that inspires you, or moving forward in life, moving away from wherever you're at in life. And your biggest obstacle is emotional and psychological connections. And they don't have to be healthy ones. And many times they're not healthy ones. Because anything healthy has a level of freedom that allows you to move away. Anything unhealthy keeps you restricted. Guilt trips keep you restricted. Backwoods, good to see you, brother. Brenda, good to see you. One of the questions you may ask yourself in life is, if I move away and if a family member or friend dies, can I live with myself? And the answer is yes. At least for me, because I've asked myself that. The time you spend where you're at in life right now, and if you're thinking about moving away, chances are you're not inspired. Where you're at right now, how much quality time do you spend with your friends or family or whatever's keeping you from moving away? Think about that. Think about when you do spend time with them, is it healthy? And think about it, are they in a healthy situation? Are you in a healthy situation? A lot of times it's two unhealthy people keeping each other prisoner in an unhealthy cycle, and that keeps people from moving away. You know, I spend quality time with my mom. Mainly I'm thinking about with this topic and different people. And I said, look, you know, if I move away and someone passes, I accept that. I don't want that. You know, I mean, I don't want anyone to pass or suffer. But look, death is part of life in this world. Okay. And as an adult, okay, you have to figure out what you want to move towards. Good to see you, Journey with Jordan. So let nothing restrict your mind from moving away. Because yes, I want to be honest with you. Your friends, your family, people that you know in the area that you are going to move away from, they may die before you seeing them again. But guess what, guys? I mean, your life is not meant to be lived in a safe bubble. If you want to live in a safe bubble, go to the mall, go to the furniture store. All you cheap people, go to Big Lots. Go to Big Lots with your coupon. I went there before, I know. And go get you a nice Lazy Boy sofa or a nice Lazy Boy recliner. And I bought one of them before, so I can't judge. And I want you to take that recliner. And I want you to bring it into your living room or in your basement. Wherever you're at. There's no such thing as basements in Florida. Why would you want to be in a basement when you're in Florida? I mean, come on, guys. Basement. A basement's for New Jersey and Minnesota. I see Vicky in here. But get that Lazy Boy recliner. Traveling van. Get that Lazy Boy recliner. And get you a drill set, an anchor drill set. And drill it down deep into the uninspiring state next to your friends and family. Next to every guilt trip. You know, everything that's keeping you from moving away, you might as well just anchor right down to that sofa, to that recliner of guilt. Because that's where you're going to die. Good to see you, Denise. When you're scared to move away, maybe because someone may die while you move away, what you may do is you may die where you're not inspired. Does that matter? It matters to me. You know, life could be hard enough. I really don't try to oversell you guys on life in this world. I do try to make my life as best as possible. I do try to stay positive, do the best you can, work on your life. There's many of people that don't want to work on their life. They want to guilt trip. They want to blame. They want to be lazy. You can't help those people. If you're staying in a city to try to help a lazy, unthankful family member or friend, good luck with that. Anchor that sofa right down to that disastrous place that you're living, because you ain't going nowhere. I'll move. Just if I see an unthankful person, I'll move. Move away from the unthankful. Vicky, thank you. Thank you, Vicky, for the super chat. Thank you. Appreciate you. I see the countdown to Florida. Vicky's moving from Minnesota to Florida. And she's got a family. She's got some things. And is that hard? Yeah, that's hard. But you have to be more intense than the guilt trip. You have to be more intense than the fear. That's why, like, you guys see me get worked up. There's a reason, because that's the level of energy you need to do to overcome the mental obstacles. There's connections. There's emotional and psychological connections that keep people from moving away. You know, I grew up with some people, and I give them credit. They did move away. Now, you certainly don't want to just change states, and then when you get to a new state, find unhealthy relationships, because, I mean, I definitely promote and I definitely believe that the climate, the culture, and the tangible demographic environment, the weather, all those things, I believe that plays a part in your well-being. The humid weather, the hot sun, that helps me. Someone had said it today, you know, in the cold, bitter New Jersey winters, when it's very dry air, you know, my nose would get very dry, and I would get nosebleeds, and I used to hate that. Here is so moist. I mean, there's no such thing as dry. I don't even got to really put Vaseline on my lips. And I could just, I know some people may struggle because it's very hot with breathing, but I breathe great here. So what I'm saying is your climate matters with your physical makeup. Everyone has different skin type, different biological makeup. You know, some people who have like a real pale complexion, they look like a Viking. You know, they may be better in Minnesota. I mean, I think the football team in Minnesota is called Minnesota Vikings. So if your ancestors are from like the Viking era, you know, you may be better off in Minnesota. For me, I'm a Miami Dolphin, guys. That's all I can tell you. And I was swimming. Now, look, when you swim in the ocean in Florida, South Florida, you're going to see the fish right next to you in the summer, because in the warm weather, Marin mentioned it today in a comment, in the warm weather, it brings sharks and it brings fish. Now, if your spouse is trying to scare you from moving to Florida because of shark and fish, good luck with that. Then stay at the Metropolitan Mall in Minnesota. Vicky, what's the name of the mall in Minnesota? Minnesota is such a disaster. They had to build the biggest mall in the entire United States of America to keep people occupied. Vicky, what's the name of that mall? Guys, moving away from a place, Mall of America. Oh, God. Now, for me, I call Florida the Mall of MILFs. But for a family person such as Vicky, let's just call it tropical paradise. It's very magical. Now, she's moving to the Palm Coast. Palm Coast is very good for families, guys. Very good. But I just want to say this, and then I don't want to overstretch it, is if you're scared to move away because you feel your friends or family will die or possibly die before you see them again, I want you to think about that. I mean, you know, if you want to give an option for your friends or family to come with you, that's fine. But guys, none of us are getting out of here alive. I mean, I hate to break it to you. I know, like, a lot of times people give me crap on this channel because, like, they want me, they like blame me for the way the world is. Guys, I don't know what you want from me. I mean, you know, I'm pushing for UBI. I'm trying to do the most I can. Some of you people, you know, I don't know what else I could do for you. I didn't create this world. I'm trying to make the most. I'm trying to stay positive, stay faithful, stay positive. Journey with Jordan, it's a disaster. But, you know, look, you got to move on with your life. None of us are getting out here alive. And the harsh reality is, yes, if you move away, they may die, but you're dying every day in a place that you don't belong. I know there was a season of my life where it was like I was meant to be in the strip club, and then there was a season of my life where I was meant to get out of the strip club. And I was like kind of scared to move away from the strip club because that was my environment. That was my thing, right? And then like the past couple months doing it, there was like a couple incidents and a couple people saying like some things to me. And like, I remember like a couple of girl strippers I knew said, Sam, you don't belong here anymore. Like not in a mean way, but in a way that was like, it's time to move on. Like you're meant for something else. And they were right. Don't wait till it's too late to move away. When you start to feel something inside your gut, I mean, you have to cross reference or cross check it with wisdom, with planning, with research, with responsibility, but you also have to listen to your gut. Okay. And you got to move forward, and you have to move away. And you make the most of your time with your family while you're with them, and then look, you just live life. None of us are getting out of here alive. Will you miss where you left? I don't miss anything about New Jersey. I don't. Not even in the summer. Now, I know some people say like they miss like picking pumpkins, they miss the fall weather. Hey, look, you could always take a vacation. Okay. I'd rather live in Florida and take a vacation out of Florida than take a vacation to Florida and live somewhere else. I don't want to do that. So what should you do if you want to move away? Well, I'll just say what I did. You should visit for 2 years or something. You should visit the state, the town, the area for 2 years. Because there's a lot of different areas with a lot of different cultures. Look, guys, if I just got off a plane and I landed in Orlando or Miami and I just went into a 30-mile radius, I would hate Florida. Because those aren't the spots that inspire me. And there's some dumpy parts of Florida. So what you're going to have to do, and the same, I recommend driving, man. And if you're going to fly somewhere, then rent a car and drive around for hours. And that's why it's going to take a couple years. How long does downsizing change and moving away? 2 years. Vicky's got a countdown. Now, is there other ways to do it? Yeah, guys, I'm just sharing my experience. But I want to give you some insight. Shout out to my guy, Nomad. Tallahassee's in the house. You lived in South Florida, now you're North Florida. Nomad used to live in South Florida. South Florida and North Florida are very different. They're still both magical. Jasmine, good to see you. Nomadic, why did you, because everyone's different, everyone has their own fingerprint, guys. What's the difference between you and your parents? Fingerprint. So, you have a different fingerprint for a reason. You're a different person. Okay. When you get pissed, you may sound like your parents, but you're not your parents. Okay. And if your parents are too destitute to live alone, then you can tell them, look, the same thing your parents told you when you were, 12 years old. You're going to school. So if your parents are old and destitute, you say, look, you're coming with me. I'm taking care of you now. That's it. Okay? Just like you had to go to school and your parents looked after you. Well, that's what happens when you're old, guys. Hey, now if you want to live off Social Security and you can make it up in wherever you're at, hey, I'll call you. Okay. That's the way life is, guys. Let's accept it. Let's be mature. But I think many people face this emotional and psychological connection to the familiar and the struggle, the mental barrier of moving away. And I want to say never accept guilt. If you move away and tomorrow, the day you move away, all your family die in a catastrophe, even if you were there, you couldn't have saved them. All you would have did was die in Mall of America. So now we got one more person dead in Mall of America. What does that help? That doesn't help. Carry on your legacy in Florida. Now, you may die from getting bit by a shark. Well, hey, it's better than dying in Mall of America. That's what I say. Move away. Move away, guys. And just don't feel guilty. That's it. That's the message. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel like you have to control the world. Because you don't control the world. I don't control the world. I think we control certain decisions that shape our life. I think certain people who don't do the work of their life, they blame you for how the world is. Hey, guys, look, believe me, the world would be better if there's more people like me. Come on, guys. Or like, positive people. Don't start blaming me for everything. Come on. What I could tell you is this. You got to figure out your life. And just like I say with materialistic things, you don't need a lot. You don't need a lot when you move away. You don't need to overpack. You need to throw out. Just get the hell out of there, guys. Why did it take me 2 years of downsizing? The materialistic things probably took 6 to 8 months. Okay. Max. But there's a process of disconnecting from the roots that you've set down emotionally, psychologically. I remember it was even hard for me to take long trips, long vacations to Florida. I would get in my car, I would hit I-95 South, and I would get to Delaware or Maryland. I said, should I go all the way down to Florida? I don't know. And I would feel psychological. I would feel something pulling me back to New Jersey, pulling me back to the familiar. And you start to worry about people. It's weird, but that's how you feel. But you have to keep going. And you have to, carve out a new way for you in life. Your biggest thing moving away is just, securing your income and, reestablishing that. Out of your income, your life flows. Okay. But there's ways to do things. Guys, they just opened DoorDash in Key West and Sebastian, Florida. So starting July 4th, there's a new market in Florida. You can DoorDash down in Key West and in Sebastian, which is like around the Space Coast. So guys, look, there's plenty of ways to make a living. Some of you guys that come in here and say there's no way to make a living. I don't know. Thank you, Tony. Hydration break. But, that's my main thing. I don't want to stretch it too much longer. I banged it out. Now let's go to all live comments. Good job. Thank you again, Vicky, for the super chat. And thank you, everyone who takes the effort to click the thumbs up button, share the video. Also, if you shop on Amazon, you're buying a lot of junk, which I don't recommend. But if you're going to do it, it costs you nothing. Use the Amazon link in the description of my video so I can get a commission. Don't cost you anything. Just got to use that link to enter it. Hey, man, I got to make a living. Come on. Back was good to see you. Brenda, I'm sorry. Hello, say hello to you, Brenda. Tony, thank you for reminding me to take a hydration break, brother. I was sweating up a storm in here, man. I was getting dehydrated. Good job. Traveling van said freedom. Well, damn it, traveling van. You're living in your minivan over there on the west coast of Florida with health benefits, sitting there just living a dream. And I'm mad too. Hell no, I'm happy for you, man. Traveling van changed his life, man. He went through a tough divorce. And he was pissed at the world for a while. A squirrel saved his life. He was in a park feeding a squirrel. Or in front of his house. I remember the video. And then it was very tough for him to move away from that rental house. Traveling man, do you want to share them the challenges you may have faced? You were renting a house. You're just getting out of a divorce. What would you recommend for someone who's just getting out of a divorce, who wants to leave their rental house or something and move away? What in your experience happened in your mind? That couldn't have been easy. But I think sometimes when you get so pissed off and so hurt in life, I think that gives you enough energy to overcome the fear. That's why I often tell you, guys, you got to take your energy levels up. Because sometimes when you get so pissed off, and a divorce will do that because it's devastating, but it gets you a little bit upset. But that will give you enough to restart your life, because you can take that energy and you can focus it and use it for the good to move forward. And so let's continue to read. Jacqueline, good evening, Sam. Thank you, Jacqueline. Tony, I can tell tonight's going to be a good one. Well, thank you for the positive vibes, brother. I appreciate that. I appreciate all positivity. Thank you. Oh, Roz coming in hot. Damn it, Roz. Thank you. Hey, Sam. Hope you had an amazing day and have an awesome week with Roz. Thank you for your kindness. I appreciate that. Very kind to you, Roz. I appreciate your support and your love. Heart emoji to you. Happy face emoji to you. And damn it, thank you. Thank you to you and Vicky. I appreciate the love. I don't take it for granted. Thank you. Backwards. Glad to see the live. Good to have you, brother. Good to have good people at the end of the day, man. It is good. And I'm in Florida, so I'm very happy. I moved away from everyone. I'm not mad at that, brother. You're a positive person. You can do it. Move to a different city. That inspires me. Good job. More is more active. Yeah, see, I like active outside environment. That's why I came to Florida. As well as built better as a whole, which brings better people as a whole. My thumbs up to that. Journey with Jordan. Happy Monday. Happy Monday to you. It was a brisk 93 degrees Fahrenheit in Tennessee today. Well, brother, I love you, and I'm not mad at that. 93 degrees is a little cool for me, okay? But it has cooled down. Last week was 105 in Florida just about every day. It's back to the 80s, 90s, and high humidity though, but that's what I like. But it's good, man. It's a great time to be in Florida. Ocean is perfect. I mean, you can go in the ocean, and when you come out of the ocean, you're not cold. Like in New Jersey, like if you go to the ocean in June or July, like you go in the ocean, I heard they had to evacuate people out of the ocean today in Cape May County. I don't know why, but like you go in the ocean in New Jersey in like July, you're freezing, and you got to like run to your towel. Like in Florida, when you come out of the ocean and water's glistening all over your body, like you don't have to run to a towel. You just like bathe in the sun and like you just walk and it evaporates. And it's like, oh my God, it's amazing. You guys should see it. Vicky. Hey, Vicky, thank you again. 367 days, 3 palm trees, and 2 thumbs up, guys. When you think about, oh my God, if I leave Minnesota and my family member dies, will I be able to live with myself? Well, once you get to Florida and you start seeing some palm trees, you know what you'll say? Rest in peace. Rest in peace, because I got to live under a palm tree. I'm not mad at that. Good job. Ryan B. Listen, hey, Ryan. Shout out to the Prius. Good to see you, brother. Jeremy Jordan, ShopRite shout out. Oh, well. Do they have ShopRites in Tennessee? What a disaster. I'm a travel van. I love Big Lots. Well, I'm not mad at you, man. I'm not hating on Big Lots, but, it's a little cheapo. I'm a travel van. It's like going to China. Well, hey, everything is made overseas. That's all right. Trump putting terrorists. Denise, I got your name right. Hey, Sam. Hey, Denise. Right, me. I'm driving 4 hours for work. You got a Prius. That doesn't cost anything. Today, my area manager asked me specifically. He must have saw your Prius. I'm hoping to get a remote position. There you go, brother. Just go a little bit extra and you'll get favor with your company. I'm trying to step up and get there. Well, damn it, Ryan B. From your lips to God's ears, prayer emoji to you. And that's how you build your career. You go a little bit. You treat your manager good and you take care of him. If you take care of your manager's going to take care of you. And if he doesn't, then still be nice to him, but then, look other places. So, brother, I'm believing it's going to happen for you. Vicky, thank you again. I appreciate that. Thank you, Vicky. Love to you and your family. Remy. Oh, I hate basements. What a disaster. Damn it, Gerald coming in hot. Love you, buddy. Stay cool and stay real. Well, damn it. Thank you guys for appreciating me. Let's take a hydration break. Thank you, Gerald. Thanks, guys. All right, back to Ryan. I hate basements. They're a disaster. They kill my mental health. A basement is basically like being in the mental institution. You're locked up with a straitjacket and you're in a lazy boy from Big Lots. And, what are you watching, guys? I don't know what you could, you're watching something on TV. I never want to watch TV another day in my life, guys. Like that RV lot I was looking at that comes with a basic TV package, I would never use it. Guys, if you're in a basement in New Jersey or Minnesota and you got a lazy boy recliner and you're looking at TV, you're basically in a mental institution, okay? And guess what? You're in chain. You're not going to move away because you're in a psych ward. And what I can tell you is there's no basements in Florida. Guys, let the hurricanes blow everything away, but they're not going to have basements. I want to live in a land where basements don't exist, and that's where I live. Good job, Ryan B. Small windows are death. Guys, why do you even want windows? Just live outdoors with no underwear. Good job. Ryan, damn it, Journey with Jordan, we're getting closer to the $100 million GoFundMe account for magical socks to do something magical in. Damn it, Journey with Jordan. Thank you for the positivity, keeping it rolling tonight. Thank you, brother. Journey with Jordan, basement in Florida will become an indoor pool. Yep, in 2 months. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, with the moisture, exactly. That's why they don't have basements, because of the moisture. Good point. Moisture disaster down there. That's right. That's exactly why. But I love the moisture. Now, I don't love basements, but I love the fact that that's why we don't have them. What's the difference between Arizona and Florida? Moisture. Okay. So in Florida and in the Southwest, it's very dry, and that's why they have the fires. Now, why do we have hurricanes? Because we're surrounded by ocean, and we get the wind currents and the ocean, and all that mixes up. But let me tell you something, guys. They had a hurricane in New Jersey, and I said, whoa, shit. I'm sitting here living in New Jersey because I'm scared of hurricanes, and I got one of the worst hurricanes in the past 50 years. I said, that's it. Now I'm moving to Florida. Oh my God damn it, AJ, you must have hit the jackpot today at the stock market, man. AJ came in hot from down in Miami. Oh, AJ, damn, man. You broke the bank, brother. AJ, man. Oh, man. AJ down there trading stocks, living full-time in his Toyota Prius, and all I can tell you, the stock trade must have been good today, brother. And do I appreciate that? Damn it, I appreciate that, AJ, man. Damn it, brother, thank you. And thank you to everyone. Thank you to everyone who super chatted. No matter what amount. I want to say thank you, and I appreciate that. Damn it. I mean, let's take a hydration break, guys. We're getting closer to the $100 million mark. Damn it, thank you, AJ. Oh my God, celebration emoji. No state income tax in Florida, guys. Good job. Thank you, AJ. Gentlemen, I rolled out of the awning, pulled out my recliner, throw it out, and had an amazing all-caps lakeside view today. I'm not mad at that. I had people walking by loving my setup. They wish they were as free as you. So cool, all caps. I agree with that. And I got a setup like this. Brother, you got no maintenance. You're living free. Damn it. Good job. Ryan B. Go from Utah to Florida. You will notice you breathe better instantly. Well, yeah, it's now Utah, because when you get up in the elevation, the air gets thinner, I believe. Now, I went in the elevations in Vermont. I didn't like the mountains. I didn't like driving up them. I didn't like the feel. I didn't like the vibe. It gets colder, too. I want it to get hotter. I like flat, hot, humid. When you go into elevations, what you're going to get is cool and sucky for me. But what I can tell you is I agree. Damn it. Thank you again, guys. Thank you, AJ. Thank you, everyone. Vicky. Mall of America. Yo, what a disaster. Venomatic Florida's in the house. Damn it, we're coming in strong tonight. I'm going to try them. They were asking where I got my stuff from. Everyone wants to live like you, brother. They're jealous. It was fun and relaxing today. Damn it, Travel Van. It was a nice day today. It was a green flag. Guys, what's a green flag? It means the ocean is all clear for MILFs and everyone. It means like everything's good. When you see the green flag from like the lifeguard station, that means strip down naked and go in that ocean because it's magical. Now look out for sharks. Because, guys, I saw a shark last week 10 feet away from me. And today, I saw a lot of fish. When it gets warm down here, guys, there's fish everywhere. But guess what? You can see it. Like, when you go in the ocean in South Florida, it's teal. You can see the fish. Like, when you go in New Jersey, you can't see anything. You don't know if a shark is underneath there, if, some, overweight MILF. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what's under your feet. But here, you can see everything. And damn it, I like that. Denise. I think Minnesota was on the list of the most boring states. Well, I want to be fair. I know New Jersey had to be up there too. So let's just say the whole northern section of America is a total disaster. Let's stay positive. You can't beat the strip clubs in Miami. Well, I don't go to strip clubs anymore. Nah, that's true though, but Miami can get you in a lot of trouble. A lot of prostitution down there too. And what I can tell you is this. Now, look, you guys can make a lot. Now, some of you girls out there ain't got no job. AJ just hit big on the stock market today. You better get your G-string on and get down to Miami because AJ's in a good mood tonight, damn it. Thank you, AJ. And what I can tell you is this. Let's stay positive. Vicky, Minnesota's boring. New Jersey's, I don't want to be too bad on New Jersey. New Jersey had its moments, but the weather and the culture does nothing for me. Like, even as we approach July 4th weekend, there was a season of my life where I spent a lot of time in Manhattan. And July 4th, and if it stretches into a long weekend, Manhattan's a ghost town. And I used to like to do that because the Jersey Shore will be packed, Jones Beach will be packed, all the coastal areas in the metropolitan New Jersey, New York area will be packed. The city areas will be empty. And I used to like to go walk around the city during those times because it'd be solitude. Because I could never enjoy the Jersey Shore or the coastal areas by New York or New Jersey during holiday weekends because it's a total jam. Everyone's there because you only have 2 months to celebrate the summer in the Northeast. You got, July, August, a little bit of June. So everyone's got the same idea. Guys, how can you enjoy life? You can't enjoy life like that. So down here in Florida, every day is summer. Okay. So at the height of the summer, it's hot as hell. In the winter, it's just hot. Guys, there's no better place than Florida for me. And what I can tell you is I love Florida. I'm a traveler. Jasmine, I'm sorry I skipped you. You're right. I'm dying to move down south. Well, Jasmine, all I can tell you is pack up your belongings, get in a U-Haul, and get down here. Now, do it responsibly, though. Secure a job. Do what you need to do to downsize, but you can do it. Travel, man. A little old lady walked by with her dog and said, oh, so cute. She was hitting on you. Made a camper, and that's so neat. I never saw anyone do that before. As you get older, there's something in you that wants to downsize and that respects the downsize. Because as you get older and you get closer to death, you realize that things are very heavy. And as you prepare for death, and that's what you do subconsciously as you get older, you start to realize what's important. And you start to shed the idea that society put in your mind that, you need a house with two-car garage and a basement. Imagine a house with 2-car garage and a basement. What a disaster. Lock some of those psychopaths up in that basement. But what I can tell you for me, when I see a big house, I admire. There are some beautiful big houses on the coast here in Florida, and I admire them. I don't get mad at them. I don't get upset at them. I admire them. I think they're beautiful, but I have no desire to be in it. I love the quaint cuteness. And I think as you get older, you appreciate quaint and cute and simple because there's less stress. There's more life. And, even if one day I do buy a home base, it's going to be on that scale. Because I think there's just something magical about not having a lot of burden on your soul. Venomatic. Lived in South Florida for 20 plus years. Why'd you go up north? He's in North Florida, Tallahassee. Jasmine, you speaking the truth. Hand pump. Thank you. Journey with Jordan. Shout out to Gainesville. It's a disaster. Saw a car with a key of Gainesville plate today in Nashville. Well, brother, how'd they look? I love you. Tony hydration break. Damn it. Thank you for the reminder. Thank you, everyone. Again, thank you, Roz. Thank you, Journey with Jordan. Thank you, Vicky, for starting it off tonight. And Gerald, thank you. And AJ, man, thank you. Thank you to everyone. Let's take a hydration break. Take a hydration break with me. I appreciate you. Thank you. Whew. All right, let's continue to read. Where are we at? Yep, Journey with Jordan. Tony, hydration break. Thank you, Roz. Hey, Sam. I hope you had an amazing day. It was magical. Have an awesome week. I hope you had one too. Roz, where are you from? Denise, anger is telling you something needs to change. I agree with that. And that's why I think a certain level of anger is healthy. Not having anger reside in your heart or dwell in your heart, and not necessarily anger towards someone else, but a level of getting pissed off and motivating you to get away from people, to move away from people, and to move away from whatever's making you upset. Now, I'm not talking about running away from problems. There's a big difference. You have to face your problems in life. But there's a difference between facing your problems and then saying, look, I'm going to deal with them, but I'm not going to deal with them for the rest of my life because I want to move away from what's causing the issue. And so make a mental note of that. Woohoo! What's up, man? Good to see you. Shout out to Detroit, Michigan. Woohoo bought a jet ski. How's the jet ski going, man? Dennis, figuring it out. There you go, brother. One step at a time. That's the only way to do it. One step at a time, one day at a time. I was wondering if DoorDash turned out to be viable money bag emoji. It's a $10 to $15 an hour job after you divide it, but it's a good side hustle for a nomad because you do it on your terms. You turn it on and you take orders on your terms. Now, when you take an order, you have to do a good job because you're reviewed and you're graded on it. And if you get enough bad reviews, that can knock you off the system. But I think it's a good side hustle. I don't continue to do it because I'm not going to have 3 jobs. I got my main job. I got this as I would love to. This is a good fit for me, place of my gift. And I wanted to do DoorDash in case I really needed to do it. I got a side hustle. So it's not a career. It's a side hustle. Now, if you lived a simple life and you were single, could you make it a career? I still think you would need at least one more other income. I don't think you could because I think you got to take home more than $2,000 a month for most people. So could you take home more than $2,000 a month doing DoorDash? No. I think you can gross $2,000 a month, but after you deduct for gas, your expenses, mainly gas is your number one expense, but wear and tear on your car, all that stuff you have to think about. I don't think you won't clear 2,000, very rarely. So what I would tell you is do DoorDash and then maybe work the nights. So right now, if you had no college degree, if you had really no career base, and you just need to start an income stream, and if you were a nomad, I would recommend getting a night shift job. Why a night shift job? Because if you were a nomad and if you were single and you were just trying to figure things out, and you need if you have a night shift job, you solved your number one problem as a nomad is where you can safely and legally park. Because at night you're going to be working. Then during the day, you can go to any public park, and there's a lot in Florida, and you can safely and legally park and sleep in your car without any issue. Okay. So I would do that. And then, so if you work at night from like midnight to 8, then you can, go back to your car, go to the park, rest till like afternoon. And then the afternoon, hit the lunch rush hour for DoorDash, and then hit the rush hour again at night. Because the main hours for working DoorDash are 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's the lunchtime rush hour. And then at night from about 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Now it goes all the way up to midnight and sometimes past that if you're down in Miami and different areas like that. So the closer you are to big cities, the more commerce there is, there are more orders. But there's plenty of suburbs that has a lot of action. So that's how I would hustle it. And you don't have to burn yourself out. If you had a long day at work and you don't want to do DoorDash that day, you don't have to do it every day. But that would get you enough to get you on your feet. Because even if you made $10 an hour and you worked at Planet Fitness, because I see a lot of Planet Fitness is hiring for like night techs because they got 24/7. So if you work $10, and they probably give you a discount on your membership. So you just solved another problem. So if you work for $10 an hour as a Planet Fitness guy from midnight to 8, you work 40 hours a week right there. You're gonna grow $1,600 a month, right? So you're gonna take home $1,400 a month, something like that, because you're at a low tax bracket. So then you can easily make over $800 a month DoorDash. So if you can get over that $2,000 a month, you're good. Now, some of you older people, if you're on Social Security, but you're still very healthy and vigor, you can collect Social Security. And I think once you're past 67 or whatever, you can make as much as you want and it won't affect your Social Security. So if you were over 67, I believe it is, and you were still healthy and you could drive and you could do DoorDash, now you got to be able to use your phone. You got to be up on technology because the phone app is everything. Then that's another hustle. There we go. And you go, glad to hear it remains an option. Yes, got to have options. I have to admit, vehicle life is transitional for me. For most people, it is. Living in your vehicle, van, RV, it's a transitional lifestyle. It's a 6-month to 2-year window that you change your life, and there's nothing wrong with that. For some people, it's forever. Again, even whether you do it for 6 months or whether you do it for 60 years, it's still less than 1% of society. So no matter how you do it, if you do it full time with no home base, you're a very rare person. So like I said, there's no one answer for everyone, but have somewhat of a goal. Keep your mind flexible to change. But if you have a goal, if you have a plan, I believe you'll figure it out as you go. And flexibility is your number one asset to be able to change your mind and change your direction. AJ, brother, you hit me hard tonight, brother. Now, I appreciate everyone's super chat, but damn it, AJ, you came in big, man. Thank you. A friend of mine died suddenly today. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. 28 years old? Huh. Just a big reminder that you must live life, all caps on your terms. Well, I agree with that. Before it's too late. Well, thank you for sharing, brother. Prayer emoji to you and your friend. I'm sorry to hear that. Look, I always mention the average life expectancy for a human is 80. I don't do it to be morbid. I do it as a reminder. What AJ is referencing, some people in your life, I had a friend of mine died at like 22. Some people are going to die in your life that are young. Some people live past 80. But just knowing that you are going to die, like I say, no one's getting out of here alive. That will give you enough confidence to move away. Okay? Because people stay because they're scared that someone's going to die if they leave. But if you stay, they're still going to die. We're all going to die. So again, now if someone's destitute, you can say, look, you want to jump in a car with me? If not, I'm out. Now I have faith, I hope there's an afterlife. But we can't control that. What can we control? We can control, like AJ saying, making the most of every day. And what would used to really hurt me, I said, man, am I ever going to get out of New Jersey? And I would get frustrated because it was taking too long. I said, am I going to sell my house in time? Am I going to get out of this situation in time? Because I want to move away. And I had to remember, Sam, just keep taking, like Dennis said, one step at a time. You take one step at a time, one day at a time, and progressively you just move away. And throughout that progression, there's once in a while we got to take a big step. So you take baby steps, and then once in a while you just got to take a big step. Using wisdom, using responsibility, but you got to take a level of risk. You got to take a level of a chance. Now, a lot of risks fail. A lot of chances fail. I failed in a lot of things, but I still progressively move forward, even through painful failures, because I had a trajectory of just moving forward. And AJ, brother, thank you again. Prayer emoji to your friend, brother. Thank you for sharing. That's a life lesson. Dennis, I plan to have a home base in a year. That's a good plan. Research it. Look at the area, the demographic. Visit it. Walk around. There's a culture. There's a vibe. You go to the country land of Florida. It's very much agriculture. Farms, cattle farms, horses. Beautiful. But there's a culture, right? And it's a beautiful culture, but it's a culture. You go to the coastal areas, there's a vibe, man. It's tropical, beachy, surfy. So everything has a different vibe. And so you can look online. I think you should look online. I started there. When I first started to think about moving away from New Jersey to Florida, I looked online. I had a friend, if she still watches this, her name is Karen. I met her online. A lady in Melbourne, Florida. And because I originally started looking there, that's like the East Coast, middle East Coast of Florida. And I would pick her brain about this area, that area. And that's how it started. But I didn't make any commitments until I came and I visited and I just looked around. And I like Melbourne, Florida. I like that area. I like the Palm Coast. But as I visited, I realized that for me, I have to be a little bit further south. Because there's a difference between the palm tree in St. Augustine versus the palm tree in Boca Raton. Because once you get below the center line of the state, you hit to the tropical zone. When you're above the center line of the state, when you're above Orlando, you're in a subtropical. You're not 100% tropical. And so, but it's a small difference, right? And let me tell you something. If you're moving from New Jersey or Minnesota, it doesn't matter what type of palm tree. Just get here and figure it out from there. Let me tell you something. But it's like one of those subtle things that I didn't realize until I really visited, right? That the plant, even the like, there's a lot of Geico lizards. Like, there's squirrels here too, but like how in New Jersey I would see squirrels, there's like that many or more lizards. Like, you'll just see them scurrying along the skywalk. And they're not dangerous, guys. Don't get upset. But they're little geckos, like, until you get to Palm Beach and below, and even Palm Beach, you got to get South Palm Beach. And then once you get down there and then all the way down to Miami, you're going to see big-ass lizards. I put them in one of my videos. I mean, big lizards, like guana lizards. Now, that may freak out. I'd rather see that than a ShopRite. But that's a difference, right? And that's how you know you're in a tropical zone, man. When you see lizards just like zooming by and they're big as hell. And what I could tell you is that's why you got to visit. You may not want a home base next to a lizard. No, I do. Tony, has anyone on this chat moved to another country? I haven't, but from New Jersey to Florida, it's like a different country. And that's why, seriously though, that's why we are blessed in America. In America, what do we have, 50 states? Each state has its own personality, its own climate, its own culture. And what makes us different and very powerful is that we are united. Now, we have our differences. Each state has its own political agenda, its own vibe, its own way of life, and different laws. They're all oversaw by the federal government, but we are blessed in America because we all united. At times in America's history, it was very contentious on different states wanting to be independent. But we are stronger because we're united. And if you look at other countries, other parts of the world, it's because they're not united that they aren't able to compete with us at a certain level. So, I mean, I'm an independent person, so I understand the value of being independent and why sometimes it doesn't make sense to unite into this big global catastrophe. But you're also strong when you're united. And, all I can say is this. Look, America is very unique. Because in America, you can travel from one coast to the other and all the way in between. And as you go through different states and you pass the border, it's every state has a different vibe, a different license plate, a different culture, and that's why I recommend a lot of times you just get in a car and you drive. Because you're never going to really experience the vibe until you really drive through the local areas. And it's way different than just taking a plane and then Ubering from one spot to another. Like if you just take a plane and then you take an Uber and then you like to your Airbnb. Airbnb is like basically an Uber for houses. I'm going to do a video about that. If you're a nomad, I saw today on Airbnb, if you had an RV, there was a lady renting out an RV slot next to her house that she had full hookups for $17 a night. So she had a house and she used to have her own RV next to the house. She got full hookups. Now she just rents it out using Airbnb, $17 a night. So, she's got like a 5-star rating, guys. Would I do that? I would think about that. And so you don't have to buy a house. You can Airbnb. Now you got to do the math. It may not be worth it. You may want a little bit more privacy, but it gives you a lot of flexibility. As someone who lives light and lives small, what's your number one asset? Your flexibility. The number one reason why now I'm very cautious of commitment, because I value the flexibility. I realize the power and the leverage flexibility gives you. Now, sometimes you have to commit, and sometimes you get stronger when you commit to something and it's wisdom. But all I'm saying is be cautious to commit. And when you commit, always commit at a scale that leaves you a level of flexibility. Because when the crap hits the fan, there's one thing that will always be in your favor: flexibility. And if it isn't in your favor, you're going to get bent over. You're going to see how flexible you are. So when you're not flexible, guess what happens? The world basically tells you to bend over. We're going to see how flexible you are. And they stick it right up your butt. I've been there, guys. You don't want that. Now, some of you guys have been there literally, and I'm not mad at that. But what I can tell you is, let's stay positive, take a hydration break. I'm sweating now. That's a good one tonight. Gerald, thank you again, brother. Thank you for everyone, man, for the super chat love. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Woohoo. Sam, I want to visit Florida soon. I want you to come. Maybe in the winter. Well, a lot of people come in the winter. But what do I say? I welcome you. Like me and Trent News, he's an old viewer of mine. He got a little upset with me. Well, I don't know why. I didn't say anything negative about tourists. I just made a video about when is my favorite time of the year to live in Florida. I said the summer because it's a little bit more quiet as far as not as many tourists, or there's not many people. I didn't even say tourists. Now, Trent News is a Canadian who owns property in Fort Lauderdale. So, subliminally, even though I said nothing bad about tourists or snowbirds, he got pissed. He said, Sam, if there wasn't for tourists, Florida wouldn't exist. And he took it a little too far. But I always stick up for, because I once been a tourist. All of us, even the scriptures say, when you come into a land, never forget that you were once a foreigner. Whether the promised land, America, New Jersey, or wherever. When you come into a land, never forget that you yourself were once a foreigner. Never forget that. And I remember in the Jersey Shore, we had local people that would live on the Jersey Shore. And during the summer, which we're in right now, especially 4th of July weekend, all the people from New York and Philly and the suburbs, they'll migrate to the Jersey Shore. And every year, all the local people at the Jersey Shore, they all curse the tourist. I never did that. Because look, that's how you make money. That's how you have an economy. And that's part of life. But that's why I moved away from that, because I don't like that vibe. I like to be on vacation every day. But when you live in New Jersey, you got 2 months to enjoy summer. And that's why everybody runs like hell to get to the Jersey Shore. Or Jones Beach or wherever, Long Island or Hamptons. So down in Florida, because it's the warmest state in the winter in the entire United States, everyone, including people from all over the world, they come to Florida. And I understand why. It's a magical place. And it's got the most magical place in the world, Disney World. But what I could tell you is this. I don't begrudge that. And I always catch myself. If someone has a different license plate, I don't curse them. Because I was once them. Guys, I just mind my business in life. And what I've realized is that there's enough room for everyone to join in. There's enough success for everyone to do them. And most people are never going to do them. So that's why you don't never have to worry about success. That's why you don't never have to worry about there not being enough for someone. Because many people will never go that extra mile to live their best life. So don't hate. And Trent News, don't take a shot at me, man. I didn't say nothing about the Canadians. I was going to give you a special green card. I was going to treat you like Melania Trump. But now, I may have to treat you like, North Korea. I don't know. I'm getting a little upset. But we're in a peace treaty. Jordan. Now I think the Tennessee equivalent of ShopRite would be Food Line. Oh, yeah, you could put that on the list. Or Piggly Wiggly. Oh, it's definitely Piggly Wiggly. Huh. Let me tell you something. There is no such thing as Piggly Wiggly in Florida. Definitely not South Florida. It's too much sweat for you to be Piggly. And damn sure ain't Wiggly. The closest thing to that is when Will Smith did Getting Jiggy with It in Miami. And that's not even that close. So what I can tell you, brother, is get out of any state that has a Piggly Wiggly. If your state has a Piggly Wiggly, it's a complete disaster. Now, I don't know, Gainesville may have a Piggly Wiggly, but let me tell you something. I want you to search Inspirational Nomad Publix. I did a video from the Publix in Boca Raton. Let me tell you something, guys. If that doesn't get you excited about life, and it's just a supermarket, I don't know what will. But I could tell you one thing: like I don't search Piggly Wiggly YouTube channels. I don't do that. Yeah. Dennis, you're right though. Gotta move away from any guilt. Amen, says the Lord. Good job. Jerry would join. Damn it, you started it with 100 million. Vicky started it. Roz, Gerald, and my man AJ done broke the bank tonight. And I appreciate the love. And again, prayer emoji to the person who passed away. No guilt to your brother. No guilt. When someone passes away, what's the number one emotion people feel? Guilt. We could have did more. We should have did more. You got to let go. Even when my dog passed away, and I had tremendous guilt. But guys, look, she was throwing up blood. A friend passed away. I visited him in the hospital for weeks. And when he passed away, even though I was there almost every day, I remember saying to his mom, I wish I could have did more. There's something about death and moving away from someone, that permanent separation that makes you feel guilt. I remember we had at our job, somebody committed suicide. Not at the job, but at home, right? So one day we came in and the person didn't show up. It was actually a new person. They weren't with the company long, but basically what happened was the person was going through a divorce. It was a man, and his wife cheated on him, and he was taking it very hard. And I guess he went home one night, he got real drunk, and he blew his brains out. And so they had like a grief counselor and stuff there for anyone who wanted to talk about it. And I remember the director saying that the number one thing the counselor got across, he said that he always took with him, is that you can't hold yourself responsible for someone else's death. Whether it's a suicide, natural causes, or whatever. Even the ex-wife, she can't. Guys, you didn't create the world. None of us created the world, and I love God, so it's not about bashing God. I'm just trying to say, part of faith is just trying to stay positive when you don't understand. That's faith. That's loving God. I believe that. So I believe in faith. I believe in God. I don't know the afterlife and all that. I don't know. I have hope. I try to stay positive. But what I want to just share with you is that if you have love in your heart, and even if you made the wrong decision, even if you hurt that person, even if you left on bad terms. I remember when Tupac died, I remember Jada Pickett Smith saying that she was very hurt because the last time she saw Tupac, they had a big argument. If you ever move away from someone, or if you ever get the news that someone died and the last time you spoke to them, you had a heavy argument, it's going to weigh very heavily on your soul. What also comes to mind is I had a friend who his father passed away. And I remember going to the funeral, and my friend, he was a good person, a good friend. You meet some good friends in this world. We grew apart, but I still thank God for him and his family. And I remember him saying to me, Sam, he said, it's a little bit tough for me to deal with because the last time I spoke to my father, I was real nasty to him. I know his father loved him. His father wasn't perfect. None of us are perfect. But I know his father loved him, and I know he loved his father. I mean, it was a good family. They're imperfect. We're all imperfect. But what I'm trying to tell you is that it doesn't matter if you're Tupac, a regular person, AJ, dealing with a dog, dealing with a loved one, a family member. Guilt is somehow part of death. Guilt is somehow part of moving away. It's the permanent separation from something or someone. It's an emotional or psychological connection. It takes time to heal, to readjust. You may not ever be the same person. I don't think in life, as you get older, I don't think you're ever the same person. I think you hit certain thresholds in life, and I think that's why it's a little bit harder. Psychologically, it's a little bit harder as you get older because you have to move away from more memories. You have to move away from more memories as you get older. Even if you stay in the state you were born, you have a job for your mental health to move away from any memory that holds you captive, any memory that has a heavy level of guilt. Learn the lesson, repent, all that stuff, but you got to move on. You have to. Because, it's the only way to move forward. Let's continue to read. Gerald, holy crap. Damn it, AJ. You came in hard, brother. And I appreciate the tip. I appreciate the love. Okay. Appreciate that. Woo. Woo, woo. All right, man. Jimmy Jordan, wow. Ross Perez, pop that champagne, damn it. We're in the private VIP section tonight. You can buy a prostitute tonight. If I was down in Miami, you know what I'm going to do, though, guys? Now, I could take that $100 super chat along with Vicky, Roz's, and everyone else, and join with Jordan and Gerald. I could take that $100 plus change. Okay, listen to me, guys. And I can go get me a nice Latino, or I would prefer Latino, a nice Colombian girl, something like that, and have a great prostitute session, some sex. But what am I going to do, guys? Does anyone know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pocket that $100 and I'm going to masturbate in a sock. Why pay a prostitute when I can pay myself? Guys, why would you pay a prostitute when you could pay yourself? I just $100 and I took care of myself. Okay. So what I could tell you is, AJ, thank you. Gerald, thank you. Vicky, thank you. Journey with Jordan, thank you. Roz, thank you. Guys, I have a GoFundMe account for $100 million. Why? Guys, I got to buy some more socks. Come on, guys. Thank you. Holy God, yeah. Wow, yeah. Ryan, make it rain on Sam tonight. I'm going to make it rain on myself. Venom Mac, he get the sirens and the fire. Good job. That was amazing. That was magical. And thank you, Daddy Geek. I still remember you too. Backwoods. That was cool. It was magical. One super chat after another. We made it rain tonight. Thank you. Jimmy Jordan. Getting real close to $100 million. Yeah. Remy, I'm drinking Starbucks ice water. Good job. It's free, guys. Driving all the way to St. George, Utah. Amen. Pretty much a colder Arizona. Guys, the one thing I love about the modern world we live in is just about everywhere there's a Starbucks and there's a Walmart. If you're a nomad, if you're a traveler, there's a lot of resources that you could use and that you could live a very modern life without a lot of lack. I mean, I charge up my electronic devices at Starbucks. I mean, I have a state-of-the-art shower at Planet Fitness. Now, is it like having your home? It's a different way to live, but it's still, you're not alone. You're not like in the wild west where you'd have a cow, where you'd have a horse and you travel for days and you see no one. Like, guys, your Toyota Prius is the most efficient horse in the world. How many horsepower is a Toyota Prius? I think you got like 50 horses under your hood, and you got a hybrid. So you're basically riding around with 50 horses, and there's a Starbucks probably about every 20, 40 minutes max. There's a Walmart everywhere. There's rest stops. You're not alone. And guys, it's a great way if you're an introvert, if you like to be by yourself, but you also like to have amenities and resources nearby. The digital nomad life is here, man. And you may say, Sam, when I really need some repair time, what do? Well, you can do like AJ, and you can do like a hotel, a nice one even, and do that thing. Or you could do an Airbnb one night, whether you could do $17 a night and have full utility hookups. Or if you're going to you can get a mansion, for spend a few $100s a night, if you hit the jackpot or something, and just, spend one night in a beautiful thing, or spend a month. They give you like 20 to 10% off Airbnbs if you spend a month. And then go back on the road until maybe you get a point like Dennis and you find a home base, and then you don't do any of that. But guys, options, flexibility, resources, they're out there. Use your phone, use the computer. Guys, you have the most resources at any time in history, all at the touch of your hands. All you have to do is take the towel and wipe down your sticky keyboard. Guys, that's why I tell you, get some socks. Why do you have a sticky keyboard? You should have socks. Come on, guys. Let's stay positive. Gerald, I'm done, but who does MILF stand for? MILF stands for Mom, I Would Like to F. Yeah. It's basically moms you would like to hump. but just put, instead of hump, put the word F. And you know what that stands for. So what I can tell you is, as I get older, I like MILFs. It's something magical. Like, is that going to feel the same? I got a season of my life where I was real into old. I mean, I'm into MILFs, man. I'm not really into pretty young things. I mean, I see a young girl, I admire her beauty, her tightness of the skin. But there's something about a MILF that very much excites me. But either way, what will I do? Damn it, Gerald. Thank you for the $2. I bought another pair of socks. I was just about to say, am I going to have sex with a MILF? No. Now, I'm going to take a screenshot in my mind, but then I'm going to buy some socks. So, damn it, Gerald. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Gerald, yeah. Roz laughing. Yeah, doing it up. Zeus talking. Central Florida represent love and respect to Central Florida, to the west coast of Florida, to North Florida, and to my favorite, South Florida. Guys, I love Florida. It's a blessing. It's one of the biggest states in the entire United States. And that's why you could be a nomad. You could just do a loop. Shout out to Lake Okeechobee. Zeus, are you by Lake Okeechobee? Lake Okeechobee is the second biggest freshwater lake in the entire United States of America. Guys, you got everything in Florida. You got lakes. You got ocean surrounded on three sides. You got Latino MILFs. I mean, you even got Gainesville. Now, do I want to go to Gainesville? I don't want to go to Gainesville. But guys, we got a lot of stuff. Come on. Miss Poppy 81. Funny, I was just looking at Google Maps trying to plan my escape. Good job. From my roommates from hell. Well, hey, what do I tell you to do? Secure an income. And you can do DoorDash now in Key West. They got it open. And Sebastian, Florida. Secure income. Cut ties with your roommates and do Airbnb. Or just live full-time in your van. Woo. Jet ski is good. Good job, brother. I'm happy for you. It's got 10 hours on it. I'm not mad at that. Had to take it in for the first oil change. Damn, already? For a break-in period. Maintenance sucks, brother. That's why I'd rather rent. What's the number one reason I'm scared to get a home base? Maintenance. When I went, and I still might get a home base, because even with maintenance, it has some value, but just listen to me now. Alone Capone, well, damn it, me and you on the same page. I prefer a new pair of socks too, brother. Now, look, I like MILFs. I mean, there's something magical there, but it's not worth the trade-off. There's maintenance involved. I went to visit that RV lot, like, last week or whatever it was. And the guy was showing me, and I liked the lot. He was showing me the lot. He showed me the RV that's coming with the asking price. And he said, Sam, RV's in great condition. He goes, but even with the RV, so you always have a little bit of maintenance. And he was showing me like the steps, and that you got to oil this, you got to do that. And as soon as I heard the word maintenance, like who is it that put the siren emojis? Vanomatic. Like, as soon as I heard the word maintenance, I was like, siren emoji, siren emoji. I was like, oh shit. I try to avoid maintenance at all costs. I'm not saying it's bad, it has a benefit. But when I take a dump in Starbucks or Planet Fitness, I thank God I never have to clean the rim of that toilet bowl again. I clean up after myself. I don't leave dookie stains on the Starbucks toilet. Some people do. It's total disgrace. But I'm just trying to say, there's a level of maintenance involved in everyday life. Paper towels. Cleaning the coaster line on your... Just all that dusting. I want to live as maintenance-free as possible. So, what I can say is, anytime you own something, you do get equity. You do have pride of ownership. You have a little bit more freedom with that thing. But with every commitment comes maintenance, and whatever maintenance is obligation. And that kind of restricts a level of flexibility. And that's where there's mental barriers. I'm not trying to say there's anything wrong with it, but I'm just self-expressing. So, brother, I love you. Continue to ride that jet ski as much as you can. Where are we at? Chocolate Nomad, it's good to see you. I didn't even know you're there. Let's take a hydration break, guys. Ross, originally from Massachusetts. Oh, I'm sorry. Originally from Manhattan, NYC. What part? Uptown, Midtown. I also moved to Broward County. I'm there for a government job. I'm not mad at that. I adore it here. Me too. But holy cow, wearing a uniform, I can imagine that. And working 10 and a half hours a day takes a toll. I can understand that. Ross, every time you are feeling the heat and you're wearing a uniform, remember that you're going to get a pension. Every time, whoever's out there listening, anytime you're tempted to quit your job or get frustrated, remember this. You're there to collect a paycheck. Don't let anyone mess up your money. And when you're sweating and when you're working 10.5-hour days, and if you're working 10.5-hour days, you're probably only working 4 days a week. I used to do that. There was one job that I worked 4 10-hour shifts. And I liked that because I had 3 days off. But guys, don't let anyone mess up your money. Now you may say, hey, Sam, look, I'm burnt out with the corporate life or working for the government or whatever. I want to start my own business. I want to DoorDash. I want to live off savings. Look, whatever you want to do, as long as you figured out some type of plan and strategy. But what I could tell you is, try not to ever quit a job until you have another job. Okay. And if you did quit a job, or if you did just find yourself in a bad hole in life, keep moving. When I was totally in a bad place financially, I just delivered pizzas, I painted houses. I said, even though this shit ain't making a dent in what I need, it's keeping me moving. Now, if you're in a good position where you don't need to do anything, that's fine. But what I want to share with you is, when it gets hot and your uniform rides up, just remember, money bag emoji to you. Because I want everyone to be financially free and buy a lot of socks. Good job. Tennessee Adventures. Well, damn it, good evening to you. Good to have you. Got a lot of people from Tennessee. Woohoo, Sam. Can you show us a video of the lizards roaming? I will. I showed a clip of it in my video I uploaded this morning called Too Hot, Living in Florida. If you look at that video, 10 seconds in, I showed a lizard. But I could show you more. Jeremy. Has a lizard or scorpion gotten inside your Jeep? No, thank God. No, not even close. Jeremy Jordan. He posted a video of some iguanas today. Yep. The small lizards are super fast. Yeah, the big ones, they can move too, but some of the big ones, a little too slow. I'm getting too sweaty. Oh, guys, we're zooming in. Oh my God. This is what happens when your hand gets sweaty. Oh, we're in Florida. Too moist. Oh God, I can't even touch the screen. It's so sweaty. I can't even touch the screen. He posted a video. By the time the phone, it's crazy. It's too sweaty. Woohoo, laughing. Trial man. The lizards that come out in the daytime are called anoles. The lizards that come out at night are called geckos. Okay. The iguanas are invasive and not native to Florida. I didn't know that. Roz, they even have Airbnb boats in Key West. I didn't know that. Journey with Jordan. Have you taken an airboat tour through the Everglades before? Very magical. No, I haven't. I drove through the Everglades. I did a video about it, I-75. The Everglades doesn't inspire me. I don't want to take an airboat. Airboat in a swamp, not my thing. I want to be on a yacht in Southeast Florida looking at MILFs. I don't want to be on an airboat with some guy from, what was that sitcom television show where everyone had a duck call or something like that? I don't want to be with those guys. I love those guys. I don't want to be with those guys. I want to be on a yacht with Diddy and we're looking at J-Lo. I don't even want to do that, but in my mind, I'd rather do that than go through the Everglades. I don't want to see alligators, guys. It's all alligator. Overrated. I want to see MILFs. Let's say possible. Gerald Piggly Wiggly, total disaster. Junior Jordan. We have many Publix in Tennessee. Publix is like Chick-fil-A, total disaster. Of the grocery stores. Nah, brother. I want you to search. Journey with Jordan, you must have not been part of my channel at this time. After this live feed, I want you to put in the search engine of YouTube, Inspirational Nomad Publix. And I want you to look outside the Boca Raton Publix, brother. And then I want you to tell me if it's like the one in Tennessee. I remember I used to have a viewer. She was from Georgia. And she saw that video. She said, Sam, our Publix don't look anything like that up here in Georgia. I said, no. You're not in Boca Raton. Totally different. I'm a Charlotte man. I did the airboat ride. It was fun. I'm not mad at you. I don't want to do that. Floridelli. Hey, Sam, hello. Milano. Sam, hey. Moving away from unwanted people. Well, damn it, brother. You got your first Social Security check for $1,500. You can move away from whoever you want. Guys, when you secure your money bag emoji, guess what? You don't have to deal with people. So Milano worked his whole life. Now he's getting Social Security, and he's got a little side hustle. So what is he doing? He's making it rain on himself every night. Milano, I want you to go to BJ's, and I want you to get a 30-pack of socks. And I don't want you to go waste that money, that Social Security money on, the Colombians down there. I want you to take care of yourself, man. So what I can tell you is BJ's got socks on bulk sale. I love you, brother. Money bag emoji to you. Travel man. My ex-wife. See, you should have married a sock, man, not your ex-wife. But let's stay positive. And he goes, my ex-wife should have been a sumo wrestler. Let's stay positive. She has all the qualifications. Let's stay positive. Chocolate Nomads. Hey, brother, what's up, man? I'm officially TDD, Team Total Disaster. Well, all right, let's stay positive. I love you, brother. Gerald, thank you again. Jeremy Jordan. Here's something about a MILF that recently excites me. Inspirational Nomad? Guys, I love MILFs, but not enough to leave my sock. I love MILFs, but not enough to leave my sock. Alone Capone, yep. I prefer a new pair of socks to a MILF. Well, damn it, go to BJ's, get yourself some. Yes. The fisherman wants to snag a hog jaw down in Okeechobee. MILFs are harder to land. Yeah, let me tell you something. Guys, now you can find a cheap piece of land in Okeechobee, and you can put an RV on that. But are there a lot of hot MILFs? There's some MILF, but not a lot. I mean, but there's some. It's better than New Jersey. Charlie Van Duke emoji, good job. Charlie Van's laughing. Jordan's laughing. Roz is laughing. Dennis, you and me, Sam, free of Duck Dynasty. That was it. No, I gotta be on the yacht. Dennis, move away. Let it roll off your back. Damn it, Dennis. Good comment. Jeremy Jordan. Probably not. I remember going to Publix in Naples. There you go. That's rich area. And being surprised by the wine selection. Yeah, money bag emoji. They just legalized wine sales in grocery stores in Tennessee like 3 years ago. Yeah. What I can tell you is, I don't know. I can tell you I'm sweating my ass off. That's all I was just thinking. And sweat was rolling on my body. I don't know what I was thinking. I could barely even touch my phone without me basically evaporating. So, guys, we banged it out tonight. And I appreciate the love, man. And I hope that you got something from the lesson. What did we learn tonight? We learned that moving away requires moving away from guilt. Whether you leave states or whether you just leave a mindset. We also learned that, AJ, we want to thank you for that super chat. And we want a prayer emoji to your friend. Journey with Jordan, Vicky, Roz, Gerald, thank you for the super chats. For everyone who left a comment and added something positive, thank you. For everyone that bought a pair of socks instead of getting married, thank you. For everyone who laughed, thank you. And what I can tell you is that's it, guys. I'm turning into a puddle of sweat. All right? I love you. Stay positive. Keep moving forward.